password?
Subscribe.
Take a hike, tourist.
Say, what's the big idea, huh? Welcome to the worst DIY miniature video ever made. Or maybe the best. Hell, I don't even know. Today I'm building a speakeasy bar out of all of this junk. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Can't just go around doing whatever you feel like.
Love me some frames, baby. Don't act like you're not impressed. It's time to create. Ready? Go. Research. Get some ideas as to how you want to stylize your speakeasy. I love this bar back, so I'm going to print it up 8 by 11. I think I'll use it as a template. If you're not a millionaire yet, the available materials at your disposal will shape what you make. Remember, limitation is the best friend of architecture. Use what you have and creatively work around what you don't. So what do I have? Cigar boxes. I love these for all kinds of stuff. They have character, and they have these little hinges that may come in handy. I have wallpaper samples from Bradbury and Bradbury, but I also have this old 70s wooden wall paneling that's been lying around for 6 years. I think it's time to unearth this relic and put it to use. I love repurposing junk, even ironically into miniatures. The great muse is whispering genius and unique solutions into your ear and turning on the money hose, flatten creativity. This guy is way too happy about this. This is my interior set horseshoe foundation. This template dictates the width of my larger interior sets, so my facade structure will be suspended in air on this. And here's our bar back print. Oh, this. I'm going to be using this Chiverton 112 scale bookshelf. I bought it on Amazon, $23.99. What's with all the creative solutions talk? Never mind about that. I have a show to produce. Moving on. I think this cigar box would do well as the actual bar. I grabbed some ridged molding. Not sure how I'm going to use it yet. Maybe as columns. I'm measuring the width of the foundation and the height and width of the bookcase so I can make my initial cuts. I'm making a cut 32 inches wide and 14 inches tall. I pride myself on good camera work where everyone can see the details of what's happening. Anyways, here's the back wall with the bookshelf and bar back. The matching arches should blend them together well. I'll be cutting an opening the size of the bookshelf. It will be recessed behind the facade wall so it can slide open, revealing the secret entrance to the casino. And for the bar, we're going to showcase the elements of the picture here and bring it to life with matching wooden planks along these columns and tiny little shelf pieces to give it a three-dimensional look to sell the whole scene. Before we do that, I think I want to paint the interiors of the bookcase to match the interior of the bar's archways. This will go further in setting the realism and blending it all together. I'm laying out some painter's tape to cut strips narrow enough to wrap around the bookshelves. My goal is to work fast. We're going to work at a fast pace. I'm trying to get this done in less than a day because I have other things to do. I do this stuff the way that I'm inspired to, and I do it how I want.
Can't just go around doing whatever you feel like.
I'm trying to get this done in less than a day.
You can't.
I don't necessarily work by the fundamental rules.
There are rules in
I really
life.
just want to get these back areas black. The books are going to fill in a lot of these spaces. Doesn't have to be perfect. Goes in cheap black acrylic. And we're going to mix it with some Mod Podge. Here's a brush.
Why so serious?
I'm going to do the paint on time lapse because
Everybody likes to watch a nice slow paint.
perfect application of paint. Oh my God, this is just bonded with the material so well. Very happy I made this choice. We're gonna definitely put a second coat over it, but I need this bad boy over here because I need to etch out the hole in the wall. We're gonna have a bar that kind of extends out this way. We might move this baby down a tad. Seems symmetrical enough. I'm gonna go ahead and make my lines. And when you screw up as much as I do, you learn so many different ways to fix things. So don't be afraid to screw up. Am I right or am I right? Right. We have a bookshelf that should be able to slide. With a cigar box that I want to use be the bar top. What I'm going to do is literally going to cut front of the cigar box and make that line right here. I just went by feel there, but that's 2 1/4 inches wide. 2 1/4 inches wide. Actually, I don't need to do that, do I? I want it to protrude out. We're fine. Sorry, just having a conversation with myself. Do you do that? Do you converse with yourself when you're creating or doing other stuff? Some people say it's crazy. Others say it's a sign of genius. So this is the front of the bar. Boom. And this is going to go around the outside, round the outside, round the... Look at that. We have working shelves. Didn't even intend that. And the bar pops up like this, just for whatever reason you would need it to do so. Maybe if the feds were coming in and came shooting up, the bartender could throw this up as cover and get out the shotgun. Who knows? But this is our bar. We got a little bit extra here, but you never know what you might be able to do with extra. Front-facing bar here. Can you even see this? Pieces that are going to go around like this. The fact that it behind the bar, it just looks like wood. This is the look of our bar here. All right, now to glue. All right, I'm going to fire up this hot glue gun. So now we just have to wait for the hot glue. As it dried, the streaks disappeared and it just became one beautifully solid, flat color. I love it. Let's add another coat of black to this masterpiece. I want this shelving to be inside of there, so that's going to be the first thing we're going to hot glue. Look at that. Oh, fucking amazing. Let's do the same with this guy. That's hot. We now have a full bar. What can I get you? What can I get you? Huh? Who wants a drink? Me! And I was concerned about the height of the bar. It's not quite high enough, so I brought in this guy. As you know, I like to use frames. We have our picture frame that sits down like this. Bar sits on top. The black matches the black. I have turned this object 180 so we can see from the backside how we're going to do this. Making sure this is flush on both sides. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, I totally know what I'm doing. I want to cut here. You can see what's happening. I'm cutting across. That has to go. This has to go. Now we're going to take another piece of this and put it in under as an additional support. If you didn't get it the first time, flush on the backside. Got to be good with your hands, okay? Can't teach hands. Boom. All we need is a little bit of a lip to catch the first part. So we have cuts to make here, 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 and then we'll use this excess to come over. And, you know, let's just... Great, that's what I was looking to do. Let me show you what. If you know where this is going, great, good for you. So we're basically gonna cut off these edges, cut this in half, and then I can explain what's happening. This is what it's gonna be right here. Boom, boom. Now these kind of just leaving a generous amount because this is the only hot glue contact point we're gonna have on this bad boy. You know what? I am gonna center it. This so is gonna work. Wait, wrong side. What I love about hot glue is you can just continue to do your work, bad boy. Skladoosh, 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 skladoosh. Because this part needs to really stay on there. The other thing I like about hot glue is if you screw up, you can make adjustments, tear it away, and start all over again. If you try to clean up that hot glue before it's dry, that can make your mess double. I don't want that kind of trouble here as well, because it's not part of our swing up bar. So we can keep that. Love that. cigar box turned fully functional bar. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Morally reprehensible.
And we're done. Completely done. No sweat. It's all good. Great. We're done. Nice. Bye. This actually doesn't go with that. This is over here. And we got our scrap back. I'm thinking we might just use this as the backing of our bar. Not of our back. Not the person that goes to fetch ice, but the actual back of the bar. All right. I think I know what I'm going to do. So what you should know about me while we're making this cut, even though I'm a filmmaker, I am actually not a visual creator. I am a spatial and kinetic creator. When I'm working in space, that's usually when I make my good decisions. Usually the magic for me happens while I'm creating. If you agree, then leave a like. I never want to do that. If I ever do that type of stuff, shoot me. But seriously, if you agree, leave a like. Okay, I'm playing the game now. Ugh. Okay, it's cut. The reason why I'm not using this edge, which is a little bit smoother, is because I don't like it. This little line has an indentation. You know what I'm gonna do? Blammo. Piece of foam core. Love to keep the hot glue gun hot. Looks pretty good, huh? This is my box of laser scraps. Scraps from other people who are using the laser cutter to make designs, because I still don't know how to use it. And I've got all of these bits and pieces. Yes, I know. Lucky, right?
Right.
Especially these nice cut wooden pieces right here. Let's use these. Intention is to use these smaller pieces of scrap as three-dimensional shelf pieces, popping out and basically selling the reality of this whole thing. And then of course I wanted columns and uprights, but damn, that's so ugly. I really love the nice woodworking texture, which is originally why I got this bad boy. Go upright like that, but this is so freaking thick, it's just really gonna do too much. The three-dimensional elements pop out too much. Really is gonna make everything in the back look flat. We're just trying to come out like a little pop-up book and sell this whole idea. Once you see and believe the lighting on the actual three-dimensional elements, you believe what's back there.
Now I feel better.
So if you don't know me or my work, I have a crap ton of picture frames. I just love these things, and I'm thinking somewhere in here I can pull out the perfect sacrificial piece. I got back with this, and that's all right. I forgot that I had these in here, which are perfect door frames, but I think I can take one of these and place it over the wood that's already there, and it looks like it works together. Then I come with these boys to come across, and that should give it all the three-dimensionality that I want. I got my pieces right here, so these can serve as the top pieces, I suppose. And we'll have a little piece there. Does this baby stretch all the way across? It does not. All right, at least we have flat edges now. Doesn't that look like that belongs there? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm freaking loving it. Okay, cut that one there. Did I mention that I love to have my hot glue gun at the ready? Get the illusion. Begin, be careful not to get the hot glue all over the place. I flattened out the frame pieces I directly put on the face of the bar, but I'll use the original bevel of the picture frame to contour the edge. I cut this last horizontal piece to fit in the leftover space. I'm fixing to be right back. Jeepers creepers. Okay. And I'm going to use the scrap as our bar back table. This is going to be my tabletop. I'm going to make the new bar back, the lower part of it. I'm sick of cutting individual pieces of wood. I happen to have a wealth of cigar boxes at my disposal. I strongly recommend you use them. This is going to be my tabletop. I want a little bit of an edge off the table right there because I just think that looks good. And then we make our mark and take it downtown. There we go. Simulated cut that didn't get on camera for whatever reason. When you cut cigar boxes in half, you tend to take their structural integrity away, so sometimes you have to reconstitute said things. Do not use X-Acto knives as hammers. We need to stain this to make this darker wood, but I know something's been bothering you, and it's been bothering me as well, and I think we need to address it. So here goes. This is bothering the both of us. I decided we're gonna probably fix it, and we're gonna go like that. I need this one to slide in between here and go ba-boom. I need it to go ba-boom. Gotta make my marks. All right, I'll be back with these cuts. Naughty rag, naughty rag. This is fine for what we're doing. Gonna be obscured by books. Pretty much the effect that I needed to match the bar. So what do you guys think? Do you think the cross beams that are holding the alcohol are believable enough? The fact that it matches the wood that I used is very believable. What happens when we throw one of these bad boys in there? Does that help or hurt the scenario in terms of believability? I feel like this does the job. I don't know. I think it's good enough. I'm not trying to be lazy. Because the color match is so good, I think it works. So I want to give this a little lip on the top. So I've cut these pieces of scrap. So I actually am finally going to use some scrap wood. We got a little Western bar lip over the top. Makes it feel grand. I almost feel like I want to put one more decorative piece up there. I don't know, what do you think? A little gold on top, maybe? I'm not so sure about that. I think we found what we're looking for. So even though I decided to go wide with these in the old Western style, I'm gonna love me some frames, baby. First of all, they're usually or very cheap at garage sales. I love garage sales. I love the flea market. I typically get these things for window and door frames. Look at that. It's already etched out. Be careful with glass, by the way. So we're just going to make a cut here and make a cut here, and we've got our piece. But look at that. Look at all the molding on buildings, especially the older you go, the better things look. We used to build for the gods, and now we build just very cheap pieces. But a lot of buildings you'll find in the city will have this beautiful design on things. The trim, the molding, everything looks gorgeous. So picture frames are a great way to acquire these. That's what I like to do. And I'm thinking, oh, it's okay. Huh? Come on, stop it. All right. I used the belt sander to smooth these edges out because they were a little crappy. I don't like that there's no paint on there. So since we have that stain already waiting, so long as there's something dark there and it's not completely contrasting, that'll do. It's time to start thinking about how I'm going to mount this here. I thought about maybe using some L brackets back here, but that's lame. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just be irresponsible and lazy. Hot glue? You just can't believe that this is the route I'm going with. But just wait. Just don't worry about it. You worry all the time. I would marry hot glue. It's done a lot for me, and it makes me a better man than I really am. Make sure it's level. I may regret this at some point. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a couple of these creases. I'm going to use a couple of these creases to just hot glue them back here and give it some framing. It's not a bad deal. We can get sloppy back here, so nobody's gonna see this stuff. What do you know about applying pressure? Huh? Don't act like you're not impressed, okay? That's unbecoming. Just, it's pretty good. Come on. A lot of work, but look at this. We got a bar. I gotta say, I am loving this, man. I'm gonna hit this. Tell me you don't love hot glue. Tell me you don't love hot glue. Have a drink and relax, okay? I think our bar is good. Let's call it good. Now it's time to cut the two side pieces for the main back wall.
Is the connection temporary?
This is a door.
Yes, that is a door.
Yes, I knew that. I knew that.
For the bookcase to become a sliding door, we need to grind away the excess wire mesh of the desk drawer slider. Now that we've shortened the height of the door for our scale, let's use the excess materials to complete the frame. I'm gluing this thin laser scrap vertically to act as a doorstop, which will also help line up the door to see what it'll look like. We need to cut out the slot that will act as the peephole slider for our Speakeasy door. Let's cut some laser scrap to act as the steel framing and fortification of the door. I really like the look of the rivets along the door's armor. Sifting through my bead box, I found the refuse of a broken beaded necklace. Might these work? Good enough. Let's make a new door frame that includes the top and the side. Draw perfectly straight lines like this. Compensate for your chicken scratch on the cuts. Now back to the table. The door is going to be inserted into a brick wall made from insulation foam. Now we can trace the entire width of the door and the frame around it. Let's make it level, squared lines. Glue in the frame. This second piece is our acting doorstop. The hinges will rest right on the left vertical frame. Hanging doors is considered one of the most difficult things to do right as a carpenter. have any questions about my production choices or crafting methods that I didn't think to mention, I'd love to hear about it. While the adhesive cures, let's draw on the brick lines by hand. That's right. Score the grout lines with a razor. I employ a paint scraper and a chisel to widen those dirty grout lines. Wire brush texture. Brick smash. Contemplate life choices. Let's brush in some chrome with a thirsty brush to make these plates and rivets look metallic. I like to hit the edges of corners and other raised artifacts. Sprinkle in some touches of gold and copper. This wood grain vinyl wallpaper has an adhesive contact surface like a decal. I don't think I need to explain what I'm doing here.
How do you like that?
How do you like that?
The door. Ah, shit. Wind's being an asshole. Thanks a lot, Win. I hate it when Win's an asshole. I think we need more picture frames to choose from.
the right color? I feel like that's the right color. That's it. I think that will look nicely as the frame.
Hard dust everywhere.
I considered using this molding here. I mean, it perfectly matches. Maybe. Wait! Okay, I guess not. Apparently, Jason from the past is lacking in taste.
Password. Your mother.
What are you still doing here? Show's open. Now, I appreciate you watched the whole thing, but if you want more, I suggest you subscribe. Take care, huh?